Hey guys, how's it going? So today I'm going to be working on my Imperial base on Sullust, so let's get right into it. So first, before I get into building, I want to show you guys what I have so far for the base. So starting off with the rebels, I only have 8 of them so far. I'm obviously going to need a lot more, but I think this is a pretty good start. And then over here, this is my Imperial Army so far. So starting off on the left, I have 2 sand troopers. So obviously these guys are from Tatooine, but I think they fit pretty well with the terrain of this planet, so I think I'm going to keep them. And then behind, just a bunch of regular Imperial stormtroopers. To the right of them, I just have 5 Imperial hover tank drivers, as well as 2 scout troopers. Moving on, I have 3 Imperial death troopers, 2 pilots, and then I'm not sure the exact title of those 4 in the back. And then in the last row, I of course have Krennic. That's an Imperial officer that came in the Imperial shuttle set. That's an Imperial protocol droid. That droid back there is obviously K2SO from Rogue One. Really happy to get that guy, he's really, really rare. And then that guy with the hat on, he's actually a death trooper. I've ordered a helmet for him, but it has not come in yet, so once it comes in, I will put in with the rest. And last but not least, I have a dark trooper. I actually have another one of those coming in, so that'll be really nice. So I've just done a little bit of work at the front here. This isn't final, obviously, this is just kind of rough. If you're wondering what those divots are for, I kind of want it to be like the door from Jabba's palace. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, this is the door from Jabba's palace in Return of the Jedi. I really like those divots in and how it like closes down, so I'm going to have a system like that in the base. So if you're unfamiliar with this piece, it actually comes from, or at least I got these pieces from, a police helicopter set, like a city set. So it has these divots in it. So what I had to do is, with the other one I've already done it, but I've just filled it in so I can get it a plate higher. So it'll actually be the same level as these pieces, and the vehicles will be able to glide up it pretty smooth. So I started placing these kind of pieces along those sides, but I don't really like the way it looks, and I think it looks better just smooth. And then down the middle, I think I'll use these guys and maybe like put them there and then put these great pieces as it goes up. Okay, so this is what I came up with. Essentially, you just have this 4x4 plate, which has these pieces on top, which is just sitting there, and then it has this like 1x2 cheese wedge piece, and this just sits on top of that, and it'll just stay there. And then underneath these 4, there is a 2x4 just like this, and then I just put I'm knocking over stormtroopers. As I was saying, then you just have a 1x4 that goes there, and then we'll have obviously those slope tiles. So I really like the look of that. So it wasn't even my original idea to start with the front of the base. I was actually going to leave the base building to last and just worry about the ground and the outside and then figure out what I want to do on the base. But I just kind of had an idea and rolled with it. So now let's go back to the original plan. So these are all the transparent orange pieces I have. I do have a lot in there, not a crazy amount, but there are some tiles and stuff there that I could use for the lava river. But looking at a couple reference images, I'm thinking now it might be a better idea to actually just build a border around the river, which will kind of come along this way, and then just get a bunch of like 1x1 orange transparent pieces and just drop them in and have them as like an actual pool, and it'll be just loose pieces. So pretty much exactly like this image with just the loose pieces everywhere. I think it looks a lot more realistic, so I think I'm going to do that. Alright, so this is me filling in the area there for the lava lake. I was worried that I was going to run out of like the bigger plate-like pieces, but I was actually pretty good. Towards the end, I had to use some longer, skinnier ones, like some 2x6s and stuff, but not too big of a deal. So I did start to think that the river was getting a little bit too wide, but I think the mock space is big enough that I don't really have to worry about that. So something I didn't think about earlier when designing this is that with making the lava river, it's actually going to have, you know, walls around the outside to actually fit all the pieces of the lava in. So everything else is going to be a block higher, which I was planning on doing, but with making this little ramp here, I'm going to have to change it up a little bit. So I just ended up taking away the ramp pieces and adding in black pieces. And then essentially what I'll have to do to be able to keep this ramp is have the black ground kind of slowly slope down into 1 plate high instead of a brick high. Alright, so next up I'm just going to attach some of the bricks along the outside. I'm not going to put them on right here. They're actually going to be on the tile that's going to go all the way around the outside, and then I'll probably start filling in it with the orange transparent pieces. I don't think I'm going to get very far, but we'll see what happens. So with that all done, I have now painstakingly, and I mean painstakingly, taken out all these 1x1 circles. I don't know exactly what these are called. They're not really going to get me far. I'm going to throw them in, see how they look, and then see if I want to add anything else in, like I could add those squares in, or, you know, stuff like that, just weird different things, and we'll see how that goes. So just as I thought, this didn't get me very far, but wow, this looks really cool. It probably doesn't look that cool on camera, but I've never done anything like this. I've only done stuff with studs actually on the ground, but having it just flowing in there, and I think all throughout that will look really good. So I'll definitely have to order more of those off of Bricklink. I will definitely also need more black bricks. I do have some, I do have a bunch of different kinds of stuff in here, but definitely not enough to fill this whole area, so that'll also go in that Bricklink order. Alright, so it's the very next day. I just got 2 minifigures in the mail. As you can see, they are Imperial hover tank drivers, which is really awesome. They will definitely make a fine addition to my collection. If you guys came from the video I posted on TikTok, you will know that I do have that guy's helmet now, as well as the Scout Trooper's helmet. So now with the very, very minimal black pieces I have, I'm going to see how much I can fill out of this area. So we'll see how that goes. So you might have noticed that partway through that time lapse, I actually had to dig up the edge of this and re-put it in because it was a stud too high because I put it on the edge. So I had to also condense the river and make it a little bit smaller. So it's technically the same size, but the plate that is underneath the bricks are gone and it changed a little bit, but not really. And then that's all I have when it comes to bricks, so I'm definitely gonna need a lot more. Alright, so that's it for this video. I'm pretty happy with what I got done today. Definitely a big change from what I had the last time I did an update, so that's really, really nice. So that's about it for this video. So if you guys did enjoy, make sure you like the video. That would be really, really awesome. And if you're not already subscribed, you should also do that as well. I'll see you guys next time.